Crypto portfolio just hit a new all-time high this morning. If yours is not, make sure you join the team out down below. Patreon, we just hit 602 members. Very, very grateful. We have recently called a bunch of runners. And yesterday, we called another one. XYO doubled, did over 100% return. We're buying at 0.005, 0.006. It hit 1-1. It got over a penny. Now it's pulling back a little bit. I just updated the team on the Patreon this morning. But in today's video, guys, we got to talk about Bitcoin because $100,000 is approaching, and it's approaching very fast. And I want to just walk you through where I believe we are in this cycle right now. We're going to get into Dogecoin in a second, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about Jasmy because it did something interesting last night that we have to look at. This may be my only video today, guys, so it might be a longer one. So make sure you drop a like. Would always appreciate that. Subscribe and grab your coffee. Here's mine. Okay, so where do I think we are right now? Well, I've been updating you guys that I said we're right here, right? If you saw a couple of videos ago, this is where I think we're at with Bitcoin in this cycle. Now, we have moved up on the RSI a little bit, just like we did back in the day. This was slowly climbing. This is climbing a lot faster. But at the end of the day, this is where I think we are. I think there will be some type of pullback very soon. You have to be watching closely with the news. If you saw my video the other day, I don't know if I brought it up on YouTube actually, but I started hearing someone on the radio talk about Dogecoin. Okay, I haven't heard that in years, right? Since like 2019, 2020, maybe 2019, 2018, something like that. But they were literally talking about Dogecoin. What does that tell you? People are starting to talk. Your grandmas, your aunts, whoever it is, they're thinking about crypto. And I bet you, this is just my own opinion. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do what's best for you. But I bet once we hit 100,000, which we could possibly hit 100,000 this week. Okay, guys, this candle's looking very bullish. We have a lot of momentum. The stochastic still hasn't touched on a weekly time frame. I'm assuming it's going to touch this week, though. And that's where you want to start to get cautious. Kind of just like what we did here. When we touched, we kept climbing for a little bit. But when we touched here, you can see it got kind of toppy. We had 1-2 more weeks. You want to be watching for double tops. Okay. Up here, we may get some double tops in about the $100,000 to $111,000 range. This is really what I'm looking for next. Okay. Why? Well, this is the 2.618 level at 111,000. You can see once we got to the 618 level, we had a wick. So we had to test this resistance. It didn't want to break through right away, but then this week it broke through. So that's a very good sign. The other thing you guys want to watch for on a weekly time frame is negative divergence. We could see that this was the top back in March 4th and March 11th, right? This was the top of Bitcoin. So we want to be watching that very closely. Right now, there's no negative divergence that's at play. I still feel very bullish for Bitcoin in all of November and into even December. I think we're definitely going to go to 100,000. We may push up to 111,000, but this is where you want to start watching the dominance and your altcoins and everything like that. Of course, if you want more information on this, you can lock in with us. We have an amazing Discord. Invest in yourself. Be prepared. The goal is to make money, and people have been making a ton of money. XRP, XLM, SoFi, XYO recently. Dogecoin was another big one. I mean, there's so many with stocks and crypto, of course. We talk about it all. But this is where we're at with Bitcoin. So let's kind of look at what is Dogecoin doing right now, and then we'll get into potentially Jasmy. So Dogecoin right now on a daily time frame looks like it's just starting to perform kind of like a bull flag type thing. It's been holding support in this area, which is a really good sign, but we need a strong move higher, right? Right now, I don't believe there's any negative divergence. Let me just check real quick. So if we look at a daily time frame, you can see that we actually wicked up to, let me zoom in for you guys. So looks like we got as high as 43 at this point on the RSI. Okay, so this was at 43. Then the next point higher was actually at 38. So that's no negative divergence. And then this point was higher. So from this point to this point is negative divergence on a daily time frame. Okay. But from this point to this point, no negative divergence. So this is still looking very bullish to me, especially with the stochastic coming down. We, of course, want this to cross. We know when the stochastic crosses for Dogecoin on a daily time frame, it's very bullish, right? So it crashes down, and then we cross, and we move higher. It crashes down, stochastic crashes down, it crosses, and we move higher, right? So right now we're crashing down. Once we get that cross, Dogecoin will move higher. Again, this is just my own opinion. The next area I'm really looking for is about 50 cents, okay? Now, let's look at XLM real quick because I know a lot of you are in XLM. So I just kind of want to tell you where we're at with the chart. So on the daily time frame, we are forming negative divergence. It's just something you want to be aware of. If you've been in it, it's not a bad idea to take profit. You know, I'm really talking to myself because we were buying under 10 cents. We went in heavy at 11.3. I alerted the Patreon, and in the next 4 days, it just ripped, okay? So we doubled our investment. So congrats to everyone. Maybe some of you caught it on YouTube also. But right now we are creating negative divergence. So we're making higher highs on the daily candles, but this RSI is actually lower than this point. So you can see this point was we hit a high of 24 cents with the wick, and the RSI hit a high of 90, which is very overbought. And then on this RSI point right here, which will close out today, and we'll really see if negative divergence is forming, which I believe it's going to, which is short-term bearish for XLM. Just be cautious. Understand that we're at 82 right now, but we wicked as high as 25.8. So this is a higher high. This is a lower high with the RSI. Negative divergence, bearish short term. I look back at history for XLM, and every time this actually played out, you can see right here it played out also. We made a higher high, and then we started crashing down, okay? If we go back in time, this wasn't really the pump, I would say, but this was a nice run right here. So I'll give you another example, guys. And right now we're actually way overbought on the RSI for XLM. So it's had a nice run, but you can see right here, we're pretty overbought at 83, okay? We can even look at the candle close right here, was at 15.6. And then we made a lower high on the RSI. On this day, we had a candle close up here at 16.3. So this is negative divergence also, which ended up happening bearish. Now, I don't think this is going to play out. I don't think XLM is just going to start crashing down and the top is in, but I think there could be some short-term pain. It's kind of looking toppy. You just want to be aware of that, okay? So let's end this video with Jasmy now, because Jasmy is like playing with everyone's emotions. I mean, the Discord last night was pretty crazy because we had a nice pump and now it's just dumping again. So let's see if any negative divergence is forming for Jasmy, kind of like what we've been doing with everything, right? And again, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin right now, trading at 94,277, hit a new all-time high this morning, but that doesn't really mean that certain altcoins will run. But with Jasmy, it is unfortunate what is happening. I really think this needs some bullish news to move higher. You can see right here, we had a huge wick. Like this thing ran to 2.4 yesterday. And we were trading at like 2, right? We were trading like down here at 2 pennies. So it had a 15, 17% run. And now it's just been selling off. The only positive sign, guys, is we're still above the 21 EMA. So we want to watch this. I really don't want to break down. If we have a daily candle close below this, then it would kind of be concerning. Because if you look back in time, you could see every time we started to close below the 21 EMA, okay, and the stochastic was down here, kind of like where it's at today, we closed below it and a massive sell-off happened. We ran up, we closed below it, massive sell-off. We run up, okay, we close below it, kind of like this stochastic right now, and a massive sell-off happens. We run up, we're staying above it right now, but are we going to close below it? That's the question. That's what we need to see. And this is a daily time frame, of course. So if we look at if there's any negative divergence, let's check it out. So we have a high point on the RSI right here. This was a candle close of 23.9. It's almost 2.4, almost 2.5 cents. And then the next RSI high So this is not a higher high. So that's a good sign, even though this is lower high. This is not a higher high. And then the next RSI point is a lower high also. So no negative divergence for Jasmy, unlike XLM, which I just shared with you. So that's another positive sign too. No negative divergence, and we're staying above the 21 EMA. The other thing also, guys, is the weekly time frame. Stochastic is still going up. Now, here's the thing. The weekly right now is below the 21 EMA. So this is not a positive sign either, because you could see every time we close below it, we tend to sell off, okay? So this is what I would love to see is by Sunday, and today is Wednesday. So we have some days left, but I would love to be back above this 21 EMA. So again, this week will tell a lot. I know we say it a lot of times, but Jasmy's just being Jasmy right now. It's unfortunate what's going on. Right now, it's just a hold for me. And that's about it for Jasmy. So if you guys got any value with Dogecoin, Bitcoin, XLM, Jasmy, if you learned anything new, leave a comment down below. But Bitcoin is looking very good right now. I'm really excited. I think we could potentially hit 100,000 this week. If not this week, then next week. And everyone, hopefully you have a great Thanksgiving. And we'll see you later today, maybe. This might be my only video with that. Again, this is all my own opinion. Do a ton of research before you invest in any cryptos or stocks. And we'll see you on the next one.